Good morning and good Monday morning to you. Today is August 10th. That is all very unbelievable. August 10 of 2026. And we are beginning a week where we are entering our eclipse season, which is it happens. It's a regular thing. This time is a great time for doing your work with kindness and grace for yourself and watching and being careful with your tone. Because the changes through which we are all expanding or retracting, hopefully not for you in these moments, and in this moment historically, is one that requires us to find patience and hold it very close, right? And when we are moving in a way that is demanding the the outcomes of the work that we've been doing, whether that be personal, whether that be interpersonal, whether that be project based, familial, when we are trying to rush the outcomes, certainly outcomes can be rushed, right? You have uh, eaten a fruit before it was ripe, right? You've had it there, and you're looking at it, and oh, I just want a taste of the, and so then you cut it open, knowing oh, probably needs another day or two, and then it does, and it's just not that great, right? Or allowing something to ripen too far is the other side of that, right? And it's the toothsomeness is gone. It's got more flavor, but it is not the substance that you were looking for. Over this period of eclipse and over this period of creativity, we are still moving forward with creation. Um, what I would love to encourage is a bit of grace for yourself. I certainly encourage you to be about the business of documenting your own life and experience, particularly for people of color, because we are our own documentarians, also for women and for women of color, obviously. I mean, there's a whole Venn diagram. We are our own documentarians, right? And so writing, and when I say writing, I do mean writing, I don't mean typing, will enable us to create the spells that help us to forward our the reality that we are trying to forge, right? Which is different than trying to do or execute magic or force the crop or anticipate the outcome or spend the money before it's in the bank or any of that, right? To hoard the water or the toilet paper, it doesn't make any sense. There are many of us here, and every person, whether they are in Puerto Rico or Colorado or Cuba or Venezuela or Colombia or Canada or Vancouver, deserves water, clean air, food, place to live. Everyone, everyone. Um, we are in dire, dire, dire times. Um, and how we hold our resolve, how we widen our resilience zone is what will enable us to both witness the choice points in front of us so that we are able to guide ourselves toward the kindest, truest, and most in alignment, right, of tones. Um, and again, this is not tone policing. Okay, I'm not saying you work in whatever tone works for you. Okay, there are outcomes that are produced by our choices. There are consequences to our actions, and when I will add to that that my personal theory of change is that we are how we make people feel, right? And if we want our movement to be successful, trying to bully followers, people, our family, our communities into doing the right thing um, is not how we do it, right? We show up by doing what we do because we must. It is witnessed by those around us. They ask us how we're doing it. And if they ask me twice, I will then share that with them, right? The reason I ask twice is because I don't want to just be forwarding and sharing sacred information that's not going to be used and accessed. And also because, as you know, these practices are one of my special interests. And if I start ranting or going off about the changes that are afoot right now, it's very difficult for me to stop. So, with all of that, again, encouraging you to document, to write, to spell, to reflect, and to spend, if you can't determine the number of pages for yourself, uh, give yourself a time limit, 10 minutes, 15 minutes of writing to yourself, so that you're giving your inner voice a little bit of space to move, function, and tell you some things that maybe you weren't prepared to hear yet, or that you are prepared to hear and weren't prepared to say. Who knows? Give it a shot. That is the assignment for the creativity. I'd love to get into the Monday moment for grounding. For those folks who have been with us, as we, myself and Teresa Logan, have been doing the exercises around dealing with our nervous system during times of fascism, during this time of fascism, dealing with the really just dealing with this type of fascism, right? The number one way to battle this the excretions coming from the White House and those associated is simply to keep yourself grounded and locked into the truth, locked into spirit, and not yielding power before it is taken, if it is taken. We have our own power. We have community power, the power of strength, creation, creativity, love, joy, family, and of course, breath. And so, with that, let's get into which is why we're doing the grounding exercises, which has to do with fascism. I knew there was a finishing thought there. All right, let's go ahead and take a breath together, get ourselves ready for the week, ready for the day. If you are someplace that is safe and comfortable to do so, I invite you to close your eyes along with me or to lower your gaze. If not, if you are someplace that it is unsafe to lower your gaze or close your eyes, please remember that this recording will be available and you will have access and And you can do this exercise at any time that you have available. And the first thing is we're just noticing our breath, how it flows through you. And then notice a little bit what's going on with you internally, beginning, of course, with your meat suit, going down to your toes. How are your toes feeling? Moving up into your ankles and calves. How are your knees? I'm needing to stretch mine out and kicking the desk as a result. Got my walk in this morning, so I'm feeling it. How are your hips, your pelvic bowl, and can you feel and notice where your thighs and back are making contact with your chair or your back with your bed, whatever it happens to be? Up into your shoulders. Are they loose? Are they tense? Out into your arms. May they be heavy and warm, or just notice how they are feeling. Out to your hands. Have you stretched out your fingers in preparation for your writing or whatever is to come of the day? And then just notice our necks. Maybe give it a roll. Uh, I'm noticing sounds, not too stiff. Although I did some morning stretches a bit ago. Still a little something in there. And then all those hundreds of muscles in your face that, help you frown when you are upset, right? Or smile when you're finding joy. And when you're finding great laughter, those muscles get sore and tired and it feels like you've been smiling too much and your cheeks hurt. All those muscles working, just let them relax and just sit on your face all the way into your ears. And notice all the way up through the top of your head. And as I do that, I notice that it makes me want to take another deep breath. Keep grounding myself into the moment. And it's very peaceful. And I'm inviting myself, and if you are finding yourself in a similar path, inviting you to carry this peaceful feeling with you through the week, through the day, so that you are able to widen your resilience a little bit and to see the choice points in front of you. And when it feels like you are out of options, to know that when we slow down, when we center, when we ground ourselves, we can see that there might be one more option. And if there is, that means that there might also be one more option. With that, let's go ahead and take a deep breath in together. Is it your heart or at your stomach if it's comfortable for you? Nice deep breath. And as we exhale, let all that old air out. And there we go. Another Monday moment is in the books. I am wishing you um, freedom of choice, freedom of voice, and the freedom to know that it is not your job to run around trying to fix everyone or everything. This may just be a time that you need to create a little bit more spaciousness for yourself so that inner child, that inner artist, that inner activist, that inner being, that inner you can have the space that she deserves to roam this earth and to witness and to create. Okay. That's it. If nobody else has told you today, know that I love you, that you matter. The world is a better place with you in it. Please take care of yourself and take care of each other. And we will see you next week. Bye-bye.